Hi, Doug. Welcome to the Rural Opportunities Podcast.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Yeah, we're just waiting to get out in the field this morning after a -6 night, so we can't quite get out there yet, but soon.
Yeah. Let it warm up a little bit. Well, I will give you a chance to start and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself to start off.
Okay, well, I was born, raised in the Camrose County, and went to school actually at Hay Lakes, just down the road from us. And after my high school years there, I became a teacher. Went to the U of A in Augustana and Camrose. And my area of expertise was social studies and counseling. The social studies, I was always interested in politics, so it was kind of a natural that I ended up as a county counselor. I did a lot of coaching while I was there, mostly basketball. And then later on in my career, we kind of decided I'd like to try the hort industry for a while we're still physically able to do it. And so retired early and went into a market garden and greenhouse business, which has been certainly up and down, not as reliable as the teaching paycheck, but certainly have enjoyed it as well. So about halfway through the hort experiment, I decided to run for county councillor and was successful. The first year I ran against Barry Arnett, and very close race, but was fortunate enough to win at that time. And it's been very, very interesting ever since.
So how long have you been on county council?
It'll be 4 terms, but then that's 3, 6, I think 13 years is the way it works out. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. And what division are you in, Doug?
I'm in Division 7, which is Armina, Hay Lakes, and then the west part of the Miquelon Lake area.
All right, awesome. So that kind of goes into our next question. What capacities have you been involved in county activities in the past? Do you want to talk a little bit about your experience on council and what committees you've been a part of?
Yeah, I've actually been a part of several committees, and right now I'm serving on 9 of them. I don't know if you want me to go through the committees I'm on. Yes or no?
You can mention them if you want. You can.
Okay. I'll go real quick. CDSS, which is Camrose District Support Services, County Health and Safety Committee, County Recreation Committee, the Water Commission, Agricultural Service Board, the Economic Development Committee, RAID, CALA, which is the Lodge Authority, and the Municipal Planning Commission. And then that's over and above going to council twice a month. So keeps me busy.
For sure. So what is the biggest strength that you bring to this role? And do you have a learning curve? You have a lot of experience, so.
Yeah, I think the experience is going to be very important this time around, especially with so many new counselors. We don't know just how many that will be, but for sure it'll be 4. And there's such a steep learning curve for new counselors, as I experienced, that it's good to have somebody sitting in the council chambers that has some background, even just to help counselors along. I learned that when I was there, that I depended on other counselors a lot to get things straight in my mind. And I think the biggest strength I have is that I listen well. I'm willing to hear people's opinions. It doesn't matter what they are. and some you just don't agree with, but I just be quiet and listen and do my best to see how I can help them in their situation.
Mhm. Awesome. What is a change in the county that you would like to see happen, and how do you believe you'll be able to be a part of that?
Well, I'm kind of proud to say, or I am proud to say that already we're making a lot of changes at County Council. We've gone to make things easier for people. We've gone to online services. For instance, we now have a snow plowing app, a road or a driveway grading app. If you want to get your fire permit, all of these things now are easily filled out online. I know that Teresa does a lot of work on Facebook, and that's making us more accessible, I think, to the people. I'm still pushing, though, to make the county a more friendly place. We have some who still think that it should be kind of, well, this is the way it is, and we're trying to change that attitude, and I hope to be part of that.
Just bringing some more diversity into the county.
Yeah.
Awesome. Why is municipal politics important to you? Obviously, you've been involved for quite a long time, so this is something that is important to you.
Well, I've experienced that it's a frontline politics, and even the provincial and federal guys will tell us that it's different than politics federally or provincially, because you're seeing the people right face to face. You live right with them, and so if you go to a meeting, or it's like a rec meeting or an Ag Society meeting, you can be prepared for questions afterwards, after the meeting is over, because they want to know what the heck's going on. And so that's where I do a lot of my networking, is just going to meetings, whether I'm directly involved or not, just trying to keep in touch with people. And it works quite well. Yeah, I think that's about all I'd say about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your neighbors are good at keeping you accountable.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Why do you believe that you are the best candidate for this position, Doug?
Well, I think my experience is vital now. We are entering some difficult times for municipalities. We've already seen our police funding model, which the provincial government just put out about a year ago, is going to put an awful lot of pressure on us for financially. It's very difficult times right now for municipalities, and that downloading problems, even for agriculture. We have no DAs left or home economists. And I hear that they may be implementing the lead agricultural position, but I'm not sure about that yet. The whole issue of aging infrastructure is another one. We're inheriting hamlets or villages, and now that become hamlets, that their infrastructure is 20 to 30 years old, and it's millions of dollars in us trying to repair them. We don't have millions of dollars. So how do we get the job done and make the community safe for people? It's a very good question. So it's interesting times for municipalities. But I think I can be a good voice for reason in that.
Awesome. That sounds great, Doug. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I think I'm okay.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
No problem.
Good morning, Ernie. Welcome to the Rural Opportunities Podcast.
Good morning, Megan.
I will let you start off and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me on your podcast. Well, of course, my name's Ernie Bertschie, and I'm a 1975 model, so that puts me at the age of 45 years old. I grew up in Camrose, and after graduating high school, I ended up with a job that summer, which turned into my career till today, which I have a kitchen cabinet manufacturing company in Camrose, and I'm a Red Seal journeyman cabinet maker.
Wow, that doesn't happen that often where you have a career for that long.
No, still haven't figured out what to do. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And with the sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. No, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, with the exception of 3 years, I have lived and owned property in Camrose County since 1997. I love being part of the county and can't see myself ever living in the city again, or have no plans to live anywhere else at this point in time, for sure.
Awesome. So in what capacities have you been involved in the county activities in the past?
Well, I don't think I've been really involved in any capacities politically speaking. As far as decision making or policy making, closest activities in the past would be being on one of our small town fire departments for 15 years, just looking over budgets for that department and for its operation.
Wow, that's awesome too. What is the greatest strength that you bring to this role, and what will be your biggest learning curve?
Being on county council is certainly my own personal challenge to learn processes of the county, and also learning how Alberta municipal agreements work. Greatest strengths I have is for sure listening to people and concerns they may have. I'm level-headed and use common sense approach to solving problems. I'm a thinker, so I tend to think before I speak, which can be a good quality.
Definitely, that is a good quality. What is a change in the county that you would like to see happen, and how do you believe you will help to be a part of that?
With the rising costs in our county, change would be a larger tax base in our county. I'd like to grow the county, but in order to grow, we'll need to supply infrastructure to be able to grow. Services like solid water supply, sewer systems is the foundation to economic growth.
Mm-hmm. And how do you believe that you'll be able to be a part of that?
Well, designing with my construction background, being on council, not everyone you could have a teacher or a lawyer or somebody on council, but with the building background, it makes processes easier to look at blueprints and look at how these systems can be implemented. This would make the county so attractive, to start or move a business to. Also, when you can turn the tap on and flush a toilet, this makes our small towns a very attractive place to buy or build a new home or start a business.
Totally. Most people like to have flushing toilets nowadays.
Exactly.
Yeah. So why is municipal politics important to you, and why are you getting into it now?
Well, being part of municipal politics is important to be a part of a team. That goal should be to improve the quality of life for all citizens. Without a council, we can't operate efficiently. Decisions need to be made that will benefit the local area and for the whole county. Decides to get into this. Our past counselor in the division had moved away, and there's no sense in running against him. Did a fantastic job, but now that it's a complete vacant position, I thought, well, I have the time to take a look at this, and so here we are today.
There you go. That's awesome. Why do you believe you're the best candidate for this position?
Well, first you need to be approachable. People should feel like they can call me or even come up to me when they see me around. It's important to be approachable so people feel comfortable. Also, being accessible to citizens is what I'll be. They can call, text, email, or even find me in person. I'll be there for them and their needs. I naturally use common sense for decision making and have no problem making a decision on what is in front of me. I will keep my division in mind when making decisions, and as well as the whole county as well.
That's really important. Thank you, Ernie. I can't remember if you said this at the beginning of the interview, but can you just remind me what division you're running for?
Oh, Division 3.
Division 3. Awesome. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I don't think so, Megan.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, and all the best luck to you.
Thank you so much, and hopefully everyone gets out to vote. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Ernie.